Hi coders, CS Time channel here, and this time we will talk about two-dimensional array. This video discuss about what is 2D array, how to declare it, how to initialize it, how to store a value to 2D array, how to display or access it, how to add two matrices, how to multiply two matrices, the application example in this video using Java programming. The two-dimensional array or the 2D array is organized as matrices which can be represented as the collection of rows and columns. 2D arrays are created to implement a relational database lookalike data structure. In a two-dimensional array, you use two indices to access elements, one for the row and one for the column. The size or length of a two-dimensional array is typically expressed as the number of rows and columns. Let's see how to declare it. For example, like this, the name of the array and then the row number and then the column number. Here is an example. So if you declare it like this, array 2, 3, it means the first number shows the rows and the second number shows the column number. Let's see the visualization. So here is how it looks like. By declaring it like this, then you will have two rows and each row will consist of three columns like this. Now let's see how to initialize it. To initialize it, you can do it as you declare the array and then you initialize the value to it. Here is the visualization. As we declare the size of the array is two rows and two columns, then we will have it like this. The first row and then the second row and then the first column and then the second column. So 0 assigned to this and then 1 assigned to this and then 2 assigned to this, 3 assigned to this. So the way how you read it is row, column and then row, column. Once we are done, we continue to here 1 which is the row and then column and then 1 again which is the row and then column. That's how we assign it. Now let's see how to store a value to 2D array. To store a value, then you need to tell the array name like this and then the address that you want to access. Remember that the numbering of the row and column start from 0. So when we write like this, array 1, 1, it means refer to the row number 1 and then column number 1. So it means 3 here will be assigned here. Now how to display it is like this. You just tell the name and then the address that you want to display. It means here, it's referring to the row 0, column 0. It's displaying 0. Now how to know the size of 2D array? In one-dimensional array, if you declare the array like this, array then number of row, number of column, then to know the length of the array, you just need to write the name of the array then dot length. In 2D array, we also apply the same thing. We use array name dot length to determine the number of row in a 2D array because the length of a 2D array is equal to the number of row it has. And the number of columns may vary row to row. Matrix is a good example of 2D array. So let's see how to add two matrices. To add two matrices, you have to pay attention that the size of matrix 1 has to be the same as the size of matrix 2. For example, like here, our first matrix here is 2 times 2. It means it consists of two rows and two columns. Then our second matrix has to have the same size. 2 times 2 for the first matrix and then 2 times 2 for the second matrix. Then we can add them. And the result of the matrix will be in 2 times 2 as well. Now, to add these two matrices, we start reading from matrix 1, row 0, column 0. And then we also read matrix 2, row 0, column 0. So we add A plus E. We put it here. And then next, we continue reading matrix 1, row 0, column 1. And then we also read matrix 2, row 0, column 1. So we add B plus F. We put it here. And then we do the same for the rest. Here is an example. You are asked to write a program to calculate the following matrices. Let's see the programming example using Eclipse. First, we need to declare our first matrix like this. We declare it as well as we initialize it at the same time. And then we do the same for the second matrix like this. And now we want to declare the third matrix, the matrix to hold the result of addition like this, because our first matrix size is 2 times 3, 2 rows, 3 columns, and the second one also 2 times 3 means compatible to be added, so the result will be 2 times 3 as well. That's why we declare it here 2 times 3 matrix. Our next job is to add these two matrices. So to add these two matrices, we need nested loop. The outer loop will read the row number, and then the inner loop will read the column number. So it will look like this. We have outer loop to read the row, and then the inner loop to read the column. And then now we do the addition of two matrices like this. To make it more organized, we will need to give space between the first result and the second result like this. Let's run the result. Okay, it doesn't look organized. Then we need to add new line after we are done calculating the first row to go to the second row like this. Now let's see the result. So these two matrices are added now, and then see the first one, 2 plus 5, that's the result, 7, and then 3 plus 4, 7, and then 1 plus 2, 3, and then since we add new line here, it goes to the next line, and then we add now 4 plus 5, 9 here, and then 5 plus 3, 8 here, and then the last one, 2 plus 6, 8 here. Now let's see how to multiply two matrices. You can only multiply two matrices if their dimensions are compatible, which means the column number of matrix 1 has to be the same as the row number of matrix 2. Here is an example. To be able to multiply these two matrices, you have to make sure that the column number of this matrix is the same as row number of this matrix. So here, the size of the first matrix is 2 times 2. It means 2 rows and 2 columns. The second matrix here is 2 rows and 3 columns. Since the column number is the same as row number in the second matrix, then you can multiply these two matrices and the result will be in 2 times 3, which is here. Now how to multiply them? You have to pay attention to this pattern, row times column, always like that. So we start from this, A times E here plus B times H here. So the pattern is row and then column. Next, A times F here plus B times I here. So again, the same pattern, row and then column. Next, A times G here plus B times J here. Again, the pattern is row, column, like that. The same thing for the second row. Now let's see this example. Write a program to calculate the following matrices. We will see the application in Java programming using Eclipse. So our first job here is to declare and initialize the first matrix like this. Here I name it with matrix A, and then we will also declare and initialize the second matrix like this. Now we will have to declare the third matrix. The third matrix function to hold the value of calculation between these two matrices like this. Once we are done, now we can do the calculation. To calculate these two matrices, we will need nested loop like this. As you can see here, the outer loop here function to read the row of column 1 as well as the row of matrix C, which is the result. The inner loop here function to read the column of matrix 1 or matrix A as well as the row of matrix B. And then the other inner loop here function to read the column of matrix B as well as the column of matrix C. And then we do the calculation here using the formula I explained just now. Once we are done with this, now we can display the matrix C value like this. Let's see it one more time. We declare and initialize matrix A, and then we declare and initialize matrix B, and then we declare matrix C to hold the value of calculation, and then we do the calculation. Once we are done, we display the result. Here is the result. If you learned something from this video, please subscribe and like for more videos. Thanks for watching.